Best fight of the year, really best fight of the year. Always bet against Wardley, always comes through. But he's against a real puncher this time, and he does take punishment, Fabio. So I'll probably edge Dubois.
Boxing pros have shared their predictions on the upcoming fight between Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois. Simon Jordan and Spencer Oliver described the proposed Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois heavyweight clash as a stylistically compelling and commercially significant fight that could justify a major UK stadium such as Wembley, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, or Manchester, with a tentative date around May 9th.
That is one of the best fights in the heavyweight division, stylistically, at the moment. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that one. I'm hearing, May the 9th is the date, possibly Manchester, could be the venue. I know the O2 was rumoured.
Manchester, I heard the conversation this morning, maybe Wembley, maybe Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fight that merits a venue.
Oh, yeah.
Like Wembley, like the Tottenham Hotspur, like Manchester.
Well, first of all, it's a heavyweight clash.
Should it fill it?
Of one former world champion and one current world champion. Fabio Wardley is very popular and is building up a reputation, and people like him because he speaks brilliantly when you ever hear him. He's a very pleasant fellow, but he's done great work in the ring recently, with Joe Parker being the latest victim and recipient of outcomes that people projected that he couldn't achieve. Daniel Dubois divides opinion, but because ultimately there's so many people that believe that Daniel Dubois can be another world champion again, but there's a section of the audience that thinks that maybe Daniel doesn't have the mental switch to deal with the real adversity when it comes on top. But what they both can do is they can punch. The fact is that it's a great fight and very bold of Fabio to take it.
Carl Froch portrayed the fight as an all-out slugfest between two big-hitting heavyweights, implying it probably won't go the distance and could be decided the moment one fighter lands a clean, decisive punch.
You do wonder, when it comes on top for him, Daniel Dubois, what's up there and does he want it? That's the only real question mark I've got over his career. Obviously, losing to Usyk's no disgrace, but he's a massive puncher, big, hard hitter. And Fabio Wardley has never really been in there. You've got Justice Hooney, you've got Joseph Parker, you've got Fraser Clark. None of them are really bangers, are they? None of them can really punch hard for heavyweights. I'm sure if they hit you on the chin, it'd hurt. But somebody like me who's got a granite chin, I think I'd be okay. But Daniel Dubois, we know, is a monster puncher. I've seen him over the years. The stories in the ring, in the gyms for years have been when he hits people, he buzzes them and they look like they've had the electric shock treatment, and they walk back to the corner, they're all over the place. And we see him when he splattered AJ, absolutely flattened him. He beat him up, then he battered him in their fight. That just shows the power he carries. Can Fabio Wardley stick it on him and make him go to them levels where he's thinking about quitting? I think this will be a fight here where we'll find out what Fabio Wardley's actually got. We know he's capable, we know he's busy, we know he's ambitious, we know he wants to be, well, he'll be a world champ, but we know he wants to be in the game for a while, and we know he loves the sport, and he's doing well. He's far exceeded the expectations of anybody within the boxing game for what he's achieved, and fair play to Fabio Wardley. But this might just be the one where he finds out, actually, this is what pro boxing's all about, because Daniel Dubois, if he's firing on all cylinders and he fancies the job, he could end up really causing some damage and knocking out Fabio Wardley bad. But Fabio Wardley's knocked out most of his opponents. He's never been done himself. So this is I want to say it's a 50-50 fight on paper, but in reality, you've got to make Daniel Dubois the favourite.
Chris Algieri mentioned that even though the bout came together under somewhat unusual circumstances, he still finds it intriguing. He acknowledged the role of boxing politics, but emphasized that, at its core, it's still a high-quality matchup between elite heavyweights.
I love this fight. It came out of left field a bit, mostly because of what you were alluding to about the politics stuff. But maybe not really, because, listen, which fighters should be in this position? We were talking about Wardley and Usyk, and it doesn't seem like anybody really wants to make that fight happen other than Wardley. Dubois willing to step up, obviously got decimated by Usyk in his last fight, looking for a comeback fight, coming off of a loss right into a title fight. Yeah, technically that's not really cool. I don't know, man. This is a firefight. You got two guys who do not like to go the distance. These guys like to knock people out. Dubois likes to either knock you out or get knocked out. So I'm expecting a full-on shootout of two giant men. This is like the highest level of big, meaty men throwing heat, because these guys are big, meaty men, and they're going to be throwing heat, but they're high level. They're world class. So this is a very fun matchup, even if it's maybe not the one that is most politically correct.
Aid Oladipo pointed out that the fight has the makings of a non-stop battle, mainly because neither boxer tends to retreat. He added that both fighters trust their power and physicality enough to try to dominate from the outset.
And that's Fabio Wardley, Daniel Dubois. This will be a case of both of them will feel like they're the dominant one. This will be one of those where no one tries to be on the back foot and try and box. It'll be like, no, I'm better than you. I hit harder than you. I'm stronger than you. Both will feel like they have the answer to each other. And I can only see an incredible war. I'm with you. I think a 5-round war, both will be taking so much damage and someone's getting knocked out clean in this, like hurt badly, which I guess that's kind of what fight fans want from the heavyweight division.
David Price highlighted the importance of current form, favoring Fabio Wardley due to his recent performances. However, he also noted that Daniel Dubois had shown strong form as well before his loss to Alexander Usyk.
I think the man who's got the most momentum is the person who I'd have as the favourite, and obviously that's Fabio Wardley. His resume in his last 4 or 5 fights have been really good, as was Daniel Dubois before the Usyk fight. So it depends what the Usyk fight took out of Dubois. Will he be questioning himself? He's been accused of quitting again. Could have got up by certain people in the press, things like that, and these things will be playing on his mind, and it's whether he can come out and say, right, I'll fucking show yous, or he'll go within himself a little bit. I think it'll be the former, but I think the hand speed of Fabio Wardley will cause Dubois problems. He can be hit clean. Obviously, Wardley will have to be on high alert and can't afford to really make one mistake. But he is switched on, and I think Wardley is the man to pick.
Frank Warren described the matchup between Wardley and Dubois as an exciting encounter featuring 2 aggressive punchers. He expects a dramatic finish, suggesting the fight could end abruptly once one fighter lands a telling blow.
It's a big fight, 2 big punches, don't blink. I mean, that's the name of the fight, and that's what you don't blink, because anything can happen with these guys. They can punch, they walk forward fighters. It ain't going the distance. It won't go the distance, and it's who's going to land that bomb first.
If you had to, obviously you promote both guys, so might put you in a little awkward situation. Who would you say the favourite is going into that fight?
Do you know what? I find it very difficult. I think there's a case for both of them to be favourite. But the form fighter obviously is Fabio. He's done everything that's asked of him. He's learnt on the job. He's done it, in beating Joe Parker. I mean, that again was #1 fight and #2. He beat Joe Parker. A lot of people didn't fancy him at all, and he showed what he's all about. He upset a good quality heavyweight fighter and stopped him, and done it in style, and he's done it with quite a few occasions now. So he'll fancy it. Daniel, he wants to redeem himself. He's going straight in the deep end, so he'll be giving everything because he's got to. This is one of those fights where everything's on the line.
It definitely is. It's a cracking fight, and I can't wait for that one as well.
I mean, can Daniel Dubois become a 3-time world champion?
I was going to say, Frank, that's crazy as well. And for someone will he be the youngest heavyweight to do that?
I would think so. Yeah.